Setting the stage, a golden age in Weimar. Germany, a land of rich history and culture. In the heart of this nation lies Weimar, a city etched in the annals of time. It represents a golden age, a period of unparalleled intellectual and artistic flourishing. At the heart of this renaissance were Johann Wolfgang von Goethe and Friedrich Schiller. Join us as we uncover the magic of Classical Weimar. The enduring allure of Classical Weimar. Classical Weimar, a beacon of enlightenment during a turbulent time in European history. At the epicenter of this intellectual ferment was Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, a literary titan. Goethe's insatiable curiosity and his relentless pursuit of knowledge made him the embodiment of the Enlightenment spirit. And then there was Friedrich Schiller, Goethe's close friend and collaborator. Schiller's plays explored themes of freedom, justice, and the human condition. A legacy forged in creativity. Schiller's enduring legacy lies in his profound influence on German theatre. Together, Goethe and Schiller formed a formidable duo, shaping the literary landscape of their time. Classical Weimar's influence extended far beyond literature. The city became a magnet for musicians, artists, and thinkers from across Europe. The ideals championed during this period remain as relevant today as they were centuries ago. Goethe, the Luminary of Weimar. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, a name synonymous with genius. His arrival in Weimar marked the beginning of a golden age for the city. Goethe thrived in this environment, finding inspiration in the challenges of governance. The sorrows of young Werther catapulted him to literary stardom. Goethe's impact on Weimar extended beyond his individual works. The alchemy of words. Goethe's literary universe. Goethe transformed Weimar into a hub of intellectual exchange. His literary universe was vast and multifaceted. The sorrows of young Werther captured the spirit of youthful rebellion. Wilhelm Meister's apprenticeship traced the protagonist's journey of self-discovery. Faust stands as a testament to his literary genius. Beyond the pen. Goethe's scientific pursuits. Goethe's intellectual curiosity extended far beyond literature. His theory of colors challenged the prevailing Newtonian view. His work on plant morphology demonstrated his keen powers of observation. Goethe's scientific writings reveal a mind deeply engaged with the natural world. He sought to integrate scientific knowledge with artistic expression. Schiller, the dramatic voice of Weimar. Friedrich Schiller, a luminary in the Weimar firmament. His first play, The Robbers, challenged social norms and championed individual freedom. Schiller's plays explored timeless themes of love, betrayal, and ambition. He believed in the power of the stage to move audiences. His works continue to resonate with audiences worldwide. A meeting of minds. Goethe and Schiller's creative partnership. The meeting of Goethe and Schiller marked a fruitful literary partnership. Their regular discussions shaped their individual works. Goethe provided Schiller with balance and formal discipline. Schiller ignited Goethe's imagination with his philosophical depth. Their collaboration culminated in the publication of the journal Die Horen. The enduring legacy. Schiller's impact on theatre and beyond. Schiller's plays continue to resonate with audiences worldwide. His works have been adapted into operas, ballets, and films. Schiller's philosophical writings have had a lasting impact on Western thought. He believed in the transformative power of art, His legacy is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. The Weimar constellation, a galaxy of talent. Goethe and Schiller, the twin suns in the Weimar sky. Their brilliance illuminated the era. But classical Weimar was more than just two figures. It was a constellation of brilliant minds. Think of it as a gathering of stars. Among them was Christoph Martin Wieland, a writer, poet, and translator. Wieland, a master of satire and social commentary, his works challenged conventional thinking. His most famous work, Agathon, became a touchstone for the German Enlightenment. Wieland's arrival in Weimar in 1772 marked a turning point. He became the tutor to the young Duke Karl August. Wieland's influence extended beyond the ducal court. He founded the German Mercury, a leading voice of the German Enlightenment, attracting contributions from prominent writers and thinkers. Johann Gottfried Herder, a philosopher, theologian, and literary critic, emphasized the importance of national culture and language. Herder, a close friend of Goethe, had a profound impact on German Romanticism. He believed each nation possessed a unique spirit, or Volksgeist, which found expression in its language, literature, and folklore. Herder's work challenged the prevailing Enlightenment emphasis on universalism, arguing for the importance of celebrating cultural diversity and preserving national traditions. His ideas had a lasting impact on German thought, influencing literature, music, politics, and social movements. Weimar's harmonious spirit. Classical Weimar, a time of extraordinary musical creativity. The city's air vibrated with the sounds of innovation. Composers like Johann Nepomuk Hummel and Christoph Martin Wieland flocked to Weimar. Hummel, a virtuoso pianist, served as the Kapellmeister at the Weimar court. His compositions blended classical and early Romantic elements. Hummel's presence attracted other talented musicians. Concerts were held regularly in the ducal palace. Wieland, a gifted musician, arrived in Weimar in 1772. He was a passionate advocate for opera, collaborated with composers like Anton Schweitzer. These operas explored themes of love, loss, and fate. Weimar's opera house became a cultural hub. The city's musical life extended beyond the court. Amateur music societies flourished. This vibrant musical culture contributed to the overall intellectual and artistic ferment of classical Weimar. Section 3. A legacy etched in stone, architecture and visual arts. Classical Weimar, a city transformed by art and architecture. The Duke, a patron of the arts, commissioned numerous neoclassical buildings. These structures, with their clean lines and elegant simplicity, stand today as cultural testaments. The Weimar City Palace, renovated by Duke Karl August, symbolizes Weimar's cultural aspirations. Its interior, adorned with frescoes and sculptures, reflects the Duke's commitment to artistic excellence. The Duchess Anna Amalia Library, built in the late 18th century, housed an impressive collection of cultural treasures. Its Rococo hall, with ornate ceiling and natural light, remains a masterpiece of interior design. Classical Weimar also witnessed a flourishing of the visual arts. Painters and sculptors found inspiration in the city's intellectual atmosphere. The Weimar school captured the beauty of the Thuringian countryside in their romantic canvases. Their paintings, with dramatic skies and evocative light, reflected the romantic sensibility of the era. Section 1. The Enlightenment's Embrace. Reason's Guiding Light. Classical Weimar, a beacon of the Enlightenment in the heart of Germany. Think of it as a shining city on a hill, its light fueled by reason, progress, and intellectual curiosity. The Enlightenment, a powerful intellectual and cultural movement that swept across Europe in the 18th century, found fertile ground in Weimar. This movement, a celebration of human reason and its potential to illuminate the world, challenged traditional authority, and championed individual liberty, scientific inquiry, and social progress. Weimar, under the enlightened rule of Duke Karl August and the intellectual leadership of figures like Goethe and Schiller, embraced these ideals. The Duke, a progressive ruler for his time, understood the transformative power of education and intellectual freedom. He actively fostered an environment where thinkers, artists, and scholars could gather, exchange ideas, and challenge the status quo without fear of censorship or persecution. This atmosphere of intellectual openness was a stark contrast to the rigid social structures and often oppressive political systems that prevailed in other parts of Europe at the time. Weimar, a haven for free thought, a place where the seeds of Enlightenment ideals could take root and flourish. Goethe and Schiller, both deeply influenced by Enlightenment thinkers like Immanuel Kant and Jean-Jacques Rousseau, played a pivotal role in disseminating these ideas through their writings, their salons, and their influence on the cultural life of Weimar. They believed in the power of reason to combat ignorance, superstition, and tyranny. Their works often explored themes of individual liberty, moral responsibility, and the pursuit of knowledge, reflecting the core values of the Enlightenment. Imagine stepping back in time, finding yourself in a Weimar salon during the late 18th century. The air crackles with intellectual energy. Candles flicker, casting a warm glow on the faces of those gathered. This isn't just a social gathering, it's an intellectual crucible. Women like Charlotte von Stein and Johann Schopenhauer were instrumental in shaping classical Weimar. Von Stein, a close confidant of Goethe, challenged his thinking. Johann Schopenhauer, a renowned author, hosted lively salons. These salons became the lifeblood of classical Weimar's intellectual scene. The Enlightenment ideals in classical Weimar led to concrete social and political reforms. Duke Karl August abolished serfdom, promoted religious tolerance, and reformed education. These reforms aimed to create a more just and equitable society. He also allowed a free press, encouraging open debate and the exchange of ideas. Classical Weimar became a model for enlightened governance and reform. Its example inspired reformers across Germany, showing that Enlightenment ideals could lead to tangible improvements. Classical Weimar. It wasn't just a moment in time, it was a turning point for Germany, a nation finding its voice on the world stage. Think of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. Weimar, the cocoon, nurtured incredible talent. Out of it emerged a new German identity, shaped by the brilliance of Goethe, Schiller, and so many others. But their legacy, it's not just statues and libraries, it's something far greater. Weimar today? Walk its cobblestone streets. You can almost hear the echoes of passionate debates, the strains of classical music, the scratch of quill on parchment. The city, a living museum, its buildings whispering tales of a bygone era. But look closer. You'll see that the spirit of classical Weimar is far from gone. It thrives in the city's renowned theatres, its world-class museums, its vibrant arts scene. The legacy of Goethe and Schiller? It's not dusty books on a shelf. It's alive in every performance of Faust, in every production of William Tell, in every student who grapples with their words, their ideas. Classical Weimar. It wasn't just about art for art's sake. It was about using art to ask big questions, to challenge the status quo, to make people think. That spirit, that drive to question, to explore, to push boundaries, it's woven into the fabric of modern Germany. It's in the nation's literature, its philosophy, its approach to education and social reform. The world today. It's a very different place from 18th century Weimar, but the ideals that blossomed in that small German city, they haven't faded. Reason, freedom of thought, the pursuit of knowledge, these values are more relevant than ever. In an age of information overload, of rapid technological advancement, of complex global challenges, we need the spirit of classical Weimar more than ever. We need to engage in thoughtful debate, to challenge our own assumptions, to embrace the transformative power of art and ideas. Classical Weimar reminds us that a small group of passionate individuals, driven by a shared vision, can have a profound impact on the world. It teaches us that art and culture are not luxuries, but essential components of a thriving society. And most importantly, it reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge, the quest for understanding, is a journey that knows no bounds. So, the next time you encounter a work by Goethe or Schiller, or perhaps find yourself strolling through the streets of Weimar, take a moment to reflect. Remember the legacy of that remarkable era, a time when a small German city became the crucible for some of the most enduring ideas in Western thought. Let the spirit of classical Weimar inspire you to embrace curiosity, to challenge convention, and to never stop seeking the light of knowledge and understanding.